What's going on? It's been a bit, hey? Well, you can thank Josh for that. No, I'm just kidding. But we have finally played the game that we've all been waiting for. Josh. Coach Josh. Farmington Flygons versus moi. Now, Battle of the Garys, you may say. Pretty close game. I would want to say that based on looking at all the teams here, I think that Josh and I probably have the most intellect behind the metagame here. Just kidding. No. But actually looking at our teams, we both kind of have that singles vibe to our doubles teams. So seeing that happen, this is one of the most interesting sets you will see. Now, you'll know coming up to the team builder here, but man, these were some fun ass games. You're also going to see some absolute misplays and some absolute pog champ moments. So without further ado, let's check out the team builder. So up first for the Farmington Flygons, Jkkayy brings the assault vest this week. So this thing is just stupid tanky. It's going max HP with the max special attack, and it's just going straight Sludge Wave, Dragon Pulse, Shadow Ball, Scald. Just good attacks overall. Just trying to be the bulky dude that it wants to be, you know? We got Articuno Galar with the weakness policy and going max special attack, max speed. This thing, pretty simple set, yet effective, bringing the Tailwind, Air Slash, Shadow Ball, and Freezing Glare. Really good stuff here. Next up for Farmington is Landorus Therian with Intimidate, getting Rock Slide, U-Turn, Stealth Rock, and Superpower, max HP, max defense. Next is Sandslash Alola with the Life Orb, getting Slush Rush, just in case he wants to Dynamax himself, with Icicle Crash, Iron Head, Rock Slide, and Brick Break for the potential screen breakage. Next up is Passimian, Choice Scarf with Receiver, getting Close Combat, Knockoff, Rock Slide, and Iron Head, max attack, max speed. Not much to say about this boy, just a smacker. Just hits you where it hurts. Really like that. Finally, probably Josh's coolest Pokemon on his team by far is Raichu. No biases here, just probably the most kick-ass thing here. We have Static, max special attack, max speed, going Fake Out, Nuzzle, Volt Switch, and Encore. With that Focus Sash there, making sure that it's just similar to Pheromosa in its role, just like a nice speedy support, and really like it. I really like Raichu. I really like Raichu. No, but actually, super cool Pokemon, and wish I had the guts to pick it up myself. But turns out he can use it. Stay tuned for that. Now it's time for your Kalamazoo Raichu up here next. First is Miami Heatran with the Shukaberry. Standard set here, you've seen it before. Max special attack, split in speed and HP with Heat Wave, Flash Cannon, Earth Power, and Protect. Next up is a Sandcastle with the Agua Berry. Getting some water compaction up here, max HP, split, special defense, and special attack. Getting Shore Up, Scorching Sands, Ancient Power, and Shadow Ball. Next is Vish, the Dracovish, with the Choice Band this time, going for the bulky set, max HP, max attack, Vicious Rend, Crunch, Rock Slide, and Ice Fang for those many ice weak mons that he has on his team. Next is Slenderman, the Pheromosa. Focus Sash being our speedier support this week on our side. We have Speed Swap, Close Combat, max special attack with Ice Beam. That's the surprise right here, folks. No one's going to see this coming. And if I play this right, could be a very, very scary window of opportunity to capitalize on. And lastly, Feint, which pretty cool ability here. I'm really liking it. I really want it to work out. It basically nullifies any type of protect. So being a speedy support, I figured that this could be like a pretty decent option. Next we got Larry. We're going twin screens with the light clay. We're going tailwind with it, and with that split mishmash of absolute EVs in front of you that I totally know what's going on with, we have Fly. Now I thought this is basically pseudo protect, and I kind of wanted a flying move, so screw it. We're going Fly. We're going Fly. And lastly, you got me all creamy, legitimately. No, but we got Dazzling Gleam, Mystical Fire, Decorate, and Helping Hand. To be honest, I don't really know the game plan with this. I just like Alchemy, so yeah, we're going with it from here. So without further ado, those are the lineups. Let's get into the game. All right, so we see he's bringing out what we sort of expected here. We're glad that he has the Dragalge and the Lando and the Articuno, because now our sneaky super Ice Beam Pheromosa gets to rain terror. Am I right? So we're definitely throwing that in the first lineup. So let's see how we do. Start off here. He starts off with Articuno and Raichu, and we start off with Corviknight, Palisand. Now he immediately Dynamaxes, and Palisand here is just kind of being a dude. I'm just like, yo, I'll challenge that. Let's go. I'm a castle, you're a bird. So we get the Nuzzle off, Insta Paralyze. He gets the Max Phantasm off. The Mirror Armor happens, and he gets doinked himself with the minus defense. But because of that super outplay by him, outplaying my outplay, turns out the competitive ability is pretty good, because now he has just an absolute buffed up Articuno, thanks to the fact that my Mirror Armor reflected his own Phantasm's debuff onto him. So that sucks. So we're just getting up the light screen here. We're gonna get off a Rock Fall, and we're starting to go to town. Sandstorm's up. We get the Max Guard. We get an Encore. Max Phantasm? Nay. Light screen? Duh, you dummy. You've been Encore, it doesn't work. So I'm basically forced to switch here. We get in Pheromosa, and he Volt switches, which does a buttload of damage, because Slenderman is slender. So in comes Lando T. Big Intimidate coming out. Phantasm just wrecks. And so now we're kind of down 4-3. So Slenderman, we're still okay. Articuno's now back to normal non-Dynamax form, which is great. And in comes Heatran. So I know Landorus is probably going to do something against Miami, as, you know, ground type, pretty decent. So we use the Protect, and I just go straight for Ice Beam because I am so scared of this Articuno. It needs to die. He gets the superpower off on the Miami. We Protect, and now we get a Fake Out, which just straight up kills. I don't know how strong your Fake Outs are, but like, holy man. Slenderman's a twig. So we're stuck with a Miami. We're getting off the Earth Power, you know, really good. Gets a Rock Slide off, and now back in the Corviknight, the Simeon. And so we go for another Protect here, and thank goodness, because, you know, Rock Slide, close combat. Now we get up the Reflect, which is huge. And we live. We live with 3%. I want to say that was calced. It was lucky. I want to say it was calced. I want it. But no crits, no nothing. Through Reflect, we live the close combat. And now we get off a Heat Wave, which misses. Picks off Passimian down to 16%. And Larry just gets a nice flinch. So Rock Slide. Hate to see it. So I get another Protect off. He's trying to close out Lair, or Miami here. We got a Superpower down, and finally, oh! Some would say paralyzed. Some would say flinch or paralyzed. Passimian is now still alive. 2 turns in a row. So that's cool. Very, very cool. So I think my only play here is realistically trying to protect again. So that's what I do. Fails, of course. No luck this way. And we live at 4%. Rock Slide though. Oh my god. Oh! Gets the double kill. And that's game 1. Just a big, big Rock Slide to end it off. Landorus with the double kill. Jkkayy wins that one. But we ain't done yet. So we're on now to game 2. We ain't done yet. He starts off with Raichu and Articuno. Just a classic duo, and we say nay. We're going out with our own beastie boys. The Vish and the Slenderman to haunt those dreams. So, immediately Dynamaxes. Understandable. Fake Out. Understandable. Flinches. Understandable. Airstream. Understandable. Now, this kind of sucks. Because, you know, we're down. But Vicious Wren does a quite amount of damage here. Really big damage, so we're kind of okay with that. We're just going to keep going with it. Miami, we decide to Dynamax him. Goes for the Volt Switch. We kind of eat that. And now comes Landorus, try and do some Intimidate. Phantasm comes out. We have a bulky boy. We have a bulky fish. And so we tank that. And with this Dynamax up, big Steel Spike. Oof. And Vicious Wren. Oof. That Intimidate coming in clutch, actually. We get a max guard. And this Fish dies. Gets the speed up. Superpower done. And now 2x speed plus 1.5 speed for Lando. Kind of sucks. Starts the Air Slash. Superpowers through. But doesn't do too much damage. We get the Mystical Fire off on Articuno, thank goodness, and we max Flair Landorus, and we're in a pretty decent spot now. In comes Passimian and Raichu, and we get off Protect, because I know the Passimian just wants to close combat me for days, and I get the flinch, obviously. Close combat comes in on Alchemy this time, which I don't really know. I guess he was going for the Encore play here, but he forgets about Aroma Veil, which doesn't actually work against me. We get off the Dazzling Gleam. Simeon lives with 1%. So that's kind of a cool play. And Earth Power onto Raichu. It's now a 1v2. And at this point, you can't close combat us all. You got me. Gets Passimian. And we're tied at 1 apiece. So, you know what that means. It's game 3, baby. It's game 3. Let's get hype in here. Let's get hype. We have Dragology and Landorus versus Pheromosa and Heatran. So already this is looking pretty good. I swap out to Dracovish because now that the Intimidate's off, I can switch my Dracovish in easily, get off a nice speed swap perhaps, and you know, I think that Landorus is probably going to go for Heatran here, so I figure that a bulky Vish Dracovish should be able to tank whatever he throws. So we get off the Ice Beam on Dragology, which in hindsight, maybe I should have just went for the straight into Landorus 4x effective. Because Dragology is a tank, and based on that hit, found out that he is definitely Assault Vested. Get the max Rockfall. breaks the sash, but unfortunately with Rock Ball in comes Sandstorm, so that's essentially just everything done. And Jkkayy uses Scald and gets the insta burn, 100% burn rate on a 30% move first try, so that's pretty crippling. So already we're off to a pretty rocky start. We get Tailwind off, we need to do something. We get the Vicious Rend, does pretty decent damage. Probably would have killed if I hit him with an Ice Beam earlier, but we won't beat ourselves up. Get the Rock Fall again, Larry, tanking it. Dragon Pulse destroys me. So now we're back and it's 4-2. Larry's here, we're doing okay, but we got Heatran. And we have to Dynamax at this point, it's our only play. We have the Reflect up, we have the Max Quake. This is going good. Jkkayy, you done. We got the Max Knuckle coming in. Does nothing with the Reflect. Now, Dynamax is over. In comes Articuno. Now, I try and use Reflect twice. There must have been a visual bug on the screen because I have no idea why I would use Reflect twice. I think my screen's broken. I have to go back and get a new one. I'm blaming the tools. There's obviously a disconnect from my hand where I use the mouse sometimes. And for what my brain's trying to do. Because I tried to click Reflect again. So that's a throw. Anyways, yeah. So just wanted to skip a turn. We get the Steel Spike. Boom. Great. We're off. It's 2-2. Could have been something more. Maybe if we got like a light screen up. I don't know. That's probably what I was trying to do. But he gets his own Tailwind. So that's kind of ass. Because now he has a Passimian with his own Tailwind. Close combat's the shit out of Miami. And don't think like a light screen or anything would have really mattered. It's just like Tailwind's off now, so that kind of sucks. Because now we have a Shadow Ball incoming, and we're flying. That's our only play. We fly, we kill off Passimian, and now it's just a 1v1. And in hindsight, if we did have a light screen up, this little bit of chip damage might have been salvageable. But instead, we go for the Shadow Ball, we have to go for Fly, and at this point, we do some pretty decent damage. 33%. Divide that by 3, that's 3 turns. But we had to get off a light screen in order to live because he's doing 17%. So I'm not trying to say that by clicking Reflect twice I lost the game. And nothing against Josh, but damn dude. 1%. What a stupid close game this was. This was insane, down to the wire, and he just gets the Shadow Ball off first. So super, super, super close and fun games. I mean, damn. Gary got me. He got me good. No, but honestly, GG's Josh. Super, super fun game, man. I mean, that was intense. Playing doubles, it's a bit of a rough sea to try and traverse, and doing it together with friends, it's the best way to do it. So GG's, really fun stuff. Really like the lineup you brought this week too, and looking forward to what you can do in the future, because I want that rematch in playoffs, because we're getting there. So right now we're 1-3, and we are looking up to face against DJ soon, so that's going to be pretty scary. And right now with the team, we're kind of like trying to figure out what to do. So in terms of that, we may be making some management moves with the organization of Kalamazoo. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, GG's, and thanks for watching. So stay saucy.